Small details can make all the difference for your cell phone to have a long, useful life. In that sense, learning some of the main smartphone care is important to keep the device safe. In the following lines, discover some very common day-to-day behaviors among consumers, but which you should avoid in order not to damage your device. These are simple measures so that the current device will accompany you for many years. The following list brings together 7 practices that can easily be adopted by users in their daily lives. 1. Leave without system updates. It is essential to keep the cell phone system up to date at all times. In terms of digital security, it is essential to leave your cell phone with the system always up to date. Regardless of whether the user uses Android or iOS, the main manufacturers in the technology industry release security packages to correct and improve the system against virus attacks on the internet. Therefore, you should seek to find out from the manufacturer until when your device will have the operating system updated. According to Samsung, Galaxy phones will be protected for up to 4 generations. Apple also has the tradition of updating iOS for a long time, but it is necessary for consumers to install updates. It is worth mentioning that security software varies from one brand to another. In addition, they can also rectify native application failures and optimize the device's battery. 2. Leave under the sun for a long time. With summer coming and bringing high temperatures, you should avoid leaving your cell phone exposed to sunlight. In extreme temperature conditions, the entire structure of the device becomes hot, which can damage the CPU or battery. In some cases, the chips may even stop working, while the power component may require a shorter recharge time. Smartphones run on electricity and it is normal for it to heat up. In general, all devices tend to function normally when the temperature is between 37 degrees to 43 degrees Celsius. However, it is best to avoid extreme environments. To contain possible problems, when at the beach, take your phone out of the sun and place it in the shade. 3. Put in salt water. Users of cell phones with water resistance certification certainly have a little more peace of mind if the device gets wet. Depending on each IP certification, the device can become even more resistant and even have the possibility of remaining completely submerged in water. However, it is worth mentioning that, despite the water protection, the manufacturers do not indicate that the phone is exposed to salt water, as generally the certification is for fresh water. There is even a risk that the components will oxidize due to contact with salt. That's why it's important to check your smartphone's certification type. If the phone does not have IP certification, the user must be even more cautious even when the device catches small splashes of water in a light rain. In this scenario, it should dry the phone immediately. Point 4. Use pirated loader. With the smartphone being part of people's daily lives, the fact of forgetting the charger at home or thinking that the original accessory has a high price on the market means that many people end up resorting to the pirated charger to continue using the device. However, cheap can be expensive. Counterfeit chargers pose risks to your cell phone, damaging your battery. In general, each manufacturer establishes a limit of energy that can be injected into the device through the electric current for it to work correctly. Generic accessories, on the other hand, do not respect these standards. In addition, most of them do not have sensors that stop charging when the device is fully charged. 5. Make apps unnecessarily bloated. The more the user installs apps, the more he compromises the smartphone's internal storage. In this sense, an important tip would be to frequently clean up what is unnecessary and free up space on the device. On a cell phone that has the Android system, for example, to do this cleaning, the user can go to Google Files, then tap Clean, and, promptly, the card Unnecessary Files will appear. Then finish in Confirm and Release. If the user wants more memory, he can buy a micro SD card to give the phone more capacity. It is worth remembering that Apple does not provide support for memory cards, which excludes the possibility of expansion for all iPhones. 6. Charge your cell phone with the case. Taking care of the battery means having a cell phone with the longest lifespan. Few details can make a total difference in battery life, such as avoiding charging your smartphone with the case. Although it may seem irrelevant, the protective cover can cause the device to overheat when charging. In this way, the user must avoid leaving the device on surfaces that store heat. 7. Taking risky pictures. The new generation phones offer several features in their cameras. This means that the user can achieve beautiful records with a wider angle of view, capturing distant objects in the ultra-wide lens and even minute details of objects and small animals, such as an ant, for example, with the macro camera feature. Thus, it makes no sense to leave the smartphone near cliffs with great heights, water, fire and hot pots, in order to make your photographic records. If the user knows how to use all the possible resources offered by the lenses of the devices, added to a little skill in editing, it is possible to have incredible photos without putting your cell phone at risk. If you liked the video, leave your like and comment on the things you do wrong with your cell phone and the things you didn't know your cell phone does. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications to always be active with the videos to come. Also watch some videos that I'll leave here on the screen.